Okay, who's got the pooch?
That's mine.
How's the morning?
Okay. Okay, it's 5:30. We'll go ahead and get the meeting started. I want to thank everybody for this late notice, but I think it's we all participate in this. So get started. Notice is hereby given that the City Council of the City of Alpine will hold an emergency meeting at 5:30 p.m. on Tuesday, June 30th, 2020 via Zoom conference in the City of Alpine, Texas. Meeting login details will be found at www.city.com for the purpose of considering the attached agenda. This notice is posted pursuant to the Texas Open Meeting Act, Section 551.043, Texas Government Code. Members of the audience will be provided an opportunity to address the council on any agenda item after determination of a quorum and proof of notice of the meeting. Zoom meetings, comments and questions, rules and procedures are listed on the city website. Remarks will be limited to a total of 3 minutes per person. Please email your name to Megan Antrim, director.finance@ci.alpine.texas.us. If you have a petition or other information pertaining to your subject, please email it to the city secretary beforehand. All names wanting to make public comments for the queued upon and given to the mayor at the section of the meeting. The mayor will call upon those individuals one at a time, and our meeting moderator will take you off mute to make your comments. This will function the same as our existing sign-up sheet in city council chambers. Please note, you must include your full name, first and last, along with the ward you reside in or have business interest in. You do not live or own property in the city of Alpine. Please state that in your email. State law generally prohibits the council from discussing or taking any action on any issue not included on the agenda. But if appropriate, the council may schedule the topic for future discussion or refer the matter to staff. No personal attacks on council members or city staff will be allowed. The mayor or city council members may take action on, for discussing any action or any issue included on the agenda. But if appropriate, the council may schedule the topic for future discussion or refer the matter to staff. And again, no personal attacks on council members or city staff will be allowed. The mayor and city council members may call a point to order to stop personal attacks. If an individual continues to personally attack an elected official or staff member in a meeting, they may be barred. And I'll call this meeting to order. Everybody please stand. We'll have the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
Allegiance
To the
Flag
of the
United States of America.
and to the republic for which
for
it
which
Yes.
stands one nation, under God,
Indivisible, with liberty and justice
justice.
for all.
Thank you. Okay, Secretary, do we have a quorum?
Mayor, we do have a quorum, and the notice was posted at 4 p.m. on June 29th, 2020.
Okay, very good. And we'll start, have a report when we don't have any proclamations, and we'll go straight to the city attorney report.
Mayor, I gave you all a slide presentation that's a little bit of an update from last week's. The counties in the area have joined in with San Antonio and some of the other counties, and they have done the mask, what we would call the mask order, or the mask ordinance. And the order is that what Brewster County has done is also been followed by Presidio County and by Reeves County, Pecos. And it follows the governor's outline, and it basically orders that all businesses have to post signs and have to have a health and safety policy. And the health and safety policy that requires customers and employees to wear masks when 6 foot distancing is not possible. and that all businesses have to post mask requirement signs at entrances to the business to tell everybody that when they come into the business, they have to wear a mask if they can't stay 6 feet away from people. And that ordinance has been put into place by Judge Cano in Brewster County. And so it's in place right now in Alpine. And it says that it can be enforced by law enforcement. Law enforcement could potentially issue a $1,000 fine against violating businesses, but both the governor's orders and the ordinance would require a knowing violation of the law. In other words, you'd have to be able to prove that a business was telling people that they could come in without a mask. You couldn't fine a business if somebody came into the business that had a sign and they didn't have a mask, as long as the business told them they had to put a mask on or leave. So it doesn't solve the issue of what do you do. How are you going to find them? You can't find an individual according to the governor, but it's the individuals in the business that you're supposed to be able to enforce it through those people. So it doesn't really solve that issue. But regardless, the fact is that now in Brewster County, we have the same strict mask ordinance or mask rules that many cities in the state have. It's as strict as you can have under the governor's orders. And that's in place through Judge Cano for the foreseeable future. So if the council wanted to follow that, you can. If you don't do anything, it's going to apply to all the businesses in Alpine. So if the council took no action, this strict ordinance from the county will still apply to all businesses. So y'all can follow it or take no action and just let it be followed, because the county, by being a county, incorporates everything in the city. So the people in the city have to follow what the county orders. Any questions?
I don't have any questions right now.
I think Eric sent around that ordinance or that resolution or mandate from the county judge to all of y'all. So y'all have had it and had a chance to look at it if you wanted to.
Right.
Hey, Rod, have you gotten any specific feedback from the county on enforcement side of the order that Cano put out there? And most specifically, have you received any specific feedback from the sheriff on how he plans to implement? Because I know on your slide presentation last week, one of the things that the sheriff had shared, I think it was on April 24th, that he was not going to enforce any sort of mask ordinance. Don't know if he's posted anything different relative to that.
I haven't seen anything. I have seen some things where it says that, sort of walking the line where it says he wants to enforce the laws, but he wants to give everybody their rights. And so I don't know exactly what that means, but the fact is, this ordinance, because of the way the governor's order is set up, you can't find an individual, and I don't think you could really give a ticket to a business unless you found that the business was deliberately telling people to come in without a mask. So I think that's what, if the business had a sign up and then people weren't wearing a mask, everybody could say, well, I told them to. So it just, it raises an enforcement issue that I don't know that can be solved.
Any more questions?
I think the only question, this is Rick, that I have is, looking at the agenda, the next item is to go into action items. Are we going to get an update about what's going on, particularly at the meeting that occurred today?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, and okay,
So I have a question, Mayor.
yes,
So,
ma'am.
so like,
Eric, excuse me, Megan, can you stop the video, please?